Hey guys, so I just wanted to take a second to do these last three problems that we didn't get to in class today in the notes. So the first one says the distance around a triangle is 26 centimeters. So that right there should tell you the distance around, that's going to correspond with the perimeter. The distance around the triangle is 26 centimeters. If two sides are equal, so these two sides are equal, and the length of the third side is 8 centimeters, so the third side is 8 centimeters. What is the length of each of the other two sides? So I need two things, the formula for perimeter, and then I need to fill all that stuff in and solve for x. So if you remember from the formula sheet, perimeter is a plus b plus c, or what I told you guys in class was perimeter just meant to add up all the sides. So the perimeter, or in the first sentence, they told me the distance around is 26 centimeters. So I'm going to fill that in for perimeter equals a plus b plus c. Well, here, my two sides, because they're the same, I can call both of those x. Because they're the same length, those two sides are going to be x. And then, of course, I have 8 centimeters. So for a and for b, those are both x. And then the last side is 8 centimeters. So I'm going to combine like terms. X plus x is going to give me 2x plus 8 and then equals 26. I'm going to subtract 8 from both sides and get 18 equals 2x. Those will cancel. Divide by 2, and get x equals 9 centimeters. So the length of the other two sides are both 9. So x is 9 and 9. Okay, the second one says a triangle has a perimeter of 39, so I'm going to be using the same formula, a plus b plus c, or add up all three sides. Triangle has a perimeter of 39 meters. If the three sides of the triangle are n, 3n minus 2, and 4n minus 7, what is the length of each side? And so it doesn't matter which one you put, but I've got these three sides, n, 3n minus 2, and 4n minus 7. So I'm going to fill them in on my triangle, n, 3n minus 2, and 4n minus 7. Doesn't matter which way you put them, that's just where I put mine. So I'm going to fill in the formula. A, we're going to call that side n. B will be the 3n minus 2, and C will be 4n minus 7. And with the perimeter formula, you're going to add up all three sides, and that has to be equal to the perimeter, or P, which they told me was 39 meters. So I'm going to add up all my like terms. I've got n, 3n, and 4n, so that's going to give me 8n. And then negative 2 and negative 7 is going to give me negative 9 equals 39. So I'm going to solve. Add 9 to both sides, add 9. Those are going to cancel. And I'm going to be left with 8n equals 48. Now, sorry, let me finish solving this. Divide by 8, and so I'm going to get n equals 6. Now, yes, that is the correct answer, n equals 6, but I want to know the length of all three sides. So I'm going to go back to my triangle. I have 6. I need to fill in 6 for n to get the other three sides. So I'm going to have 3 times 6 minus 2, and then 4 times 6 minus 2. So 3 times 6 gives me 18, minus 2 is going to give me 16. So that's the length of one side. And then 4 times 6 is going to be 24, minus 2 is going to give me 22. So the length of my three sides are going to be 6, 16, and 22. And in Hawks, you will type each of those into 3 separate blanks. It'll say the length of the first side, second side, third side. Just keep it consistent with the question. So that's the first, the second, and the third. Okay, the last problem. A 20-foot board is cut into 3 pieces at a sawmill. The second piece is 5 feet longer than the first, and the third piece is 4 foot longer than the second. What are the lengths of the 3 pieces? So I kind of started with like organizer, if you will. So I've got 3 pieces. Because the board was cut from a 29-piece board, if I were to add all those pieces together, if I were to lay all of them next to each other, they would all be 29 foot total. So all those 3 pieces added together will be 29 feet, which is going to give me my formula. First, I need to figure out the length of each individual board. So the second piece is 5 foot longer than the first. Okay, so the second piece is 5 foot longer, which is going to mean plus 5, than the first piece. Well, if I call the first piece X, the second piece is 5 foot longer than that, so I can call that X plus 5. And then the second part says the third piece is 4 foot longer than the second. So the third piece is 4 foot longer. So I'm going to have 4 foot longer than the first piece. So that whole thing, X plus 5, because that is the second piece, and then it's 4 foot longer than that. So when I put this into my formula, I'm going to add up all the pieces. So the first piece, X, plus the second piece, X plus 5, plus the third piece, X plus 5 plus 4, and that has to equal 29 feet total. So I'm going to combine up like terms. I've got X plus X plus X, which is going to give me 3X, and then I've got 5 plus 5 plus 4, so that's going to give me 14, and that has to equal 29. Now it's just a matter of solving, so I'm going to subtract 14 from both sides and get 3X equals, those will cancel, 15, divide by 3, those will cancel, and be left with X equals 5. Now that's the length of the first piece. They want to know what are all 3 pieces. So I'm going to go way back up here. The first piece was X, and so that would be 5. The second piece was X plus 5 because it was 5 feet longer, so that would be 10. That's my second piece. And the third piece is the second piece, X plus 5, or now we know 10 plus 4. It said it was 4 feet longer than the second piece. So the third piece is going to be 14. And so you will type all 3 of those in to separate blanks in Hawks.